Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into TV8's Good Morning Vail for your Tuesday, April 30th edition. I cannot believe we are all the way through April and we are now entering May. Hopefully we'll start to see those April showers promising those May flowers here shortly, but we are expecting to see some precipitation throughout the course of the week. Now, we've got a great show in store for you. Not only are we going to talk about how getting vaccinated can help you protect your community, but we're also going to be talking about some bubble tea since it's National Bubble Tea Day, as well as making some delicious pizza English muffins in the kitchen with Kim, which is one of my favorite segments only because I'm a terrible cook and she helps teach me so much. And this is a great thing to do with the kiddos at home. Then we're also going to take you over to the museum at Dinosaur Junction and introduce you to the one and only Billy Dorn. It is incredible and there is so much to learn there. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail.
We love stepping into the kitchen with Kim, and that way we can inspire you to make some easy, delicious meals at home. Well, we're going to show you how to make English muffin pizzas, and this is something that's great for those who have kiddos or for those who are like giant kiddos. So let's get cooking with Kim.
Good morning, Vail.
Just like that beautiful graphic said, we're in the kitchen.
Yes.
So here we are. Great conversation with Cam Morgan.
I love Cam.
Yeah, he really is. He's so great, and he's got so much energy, and all that they're doing over at Vail is really fun.
Yeah, he's doing insane work up there, too.
It's true, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Today is National English Muffin Day.
Love it.
So guess what we're making? English muffin pizzas, because this is nostalgic for me and
Yes.
reminds me of my childhood.
Is this like a do-your-own-bagel bite thing?
Yeah, basically. Did you ever make English muffin pizzas as a kid?
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah, you know, for us, it was a treat. I think for my mom, it was like a quick and easy, just feed them some food and be done with it, right? So we'll go ahead and get started, but it's so simple. You can really just keep it to 3 ingredients, but of course, as always, I like to add a little extra pizzazz to my recipes. So English muffins, check. We've got our oven on broil. We also have a toaster because why not? And then mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, pizza sauce, and then we've got garlic powder and oregano if we wanted to do a little bit of extra flavor, and then some olive oil.
Love it.
Pretty easy, right?
So easy.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get started, Ross. I'm going to task you with the job of toasting the English muffins. So just per usual, pop them in the toaster.
All right.
Yeah, we don't need them to be super crispy. We just need them to be a little bit because we don't want them to be too soggy when we start layering all the toppings on it.
Okay.
So while you do that, I'm going to move all of these out of the way because I am going to shred some mozzarella
I'm gonna
cheese.
sneak behind you and grab a knife.
We need a knife. You know the fun part about English muffins too?
Do they just rip?
They usually do. You can kind of just stick your finger in it, but go ahead and grab a knife anyways.
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well,
let's do it.
Usually they do. Maybe this one isn't, but.
Yep, let's get a knife.
Here's a knife. There we go. Got it. We've got the knife. You know, it's always fun to see what you've got in your kitchen.
Yeah.
And in our kitchen, we've got it all.
I think so. We've got 2 toasters.
We have 2 toasters. This one is great. I have the same toaster. I think I just got it at Walmart for like $6.
It just doesn't take much.
It really doesn't. Oh, that looks good to me.
That is a perfect.
That is the perfect one.
cut.
I'm going to actually use your knife to cut open
Okay.
this, and then you can just pop those in the toaster if you want to. Yeah, we'll get going. So probably a bad idea to use a knife and cut open plastic like this, but here we are. I'm being lazy. This is the ultimate lazy girl hack. And
It's better than your teeth. You don't want to rip your teeth out.
you don't want to rip your teeth out, I tell you what. So we'll let that one toast, and then while it's toasting, I'm just going to go ahead and shred a little bit of mozzarella cheese here, and we'll just keep on shredding. It's nice and easy. You know, some of these things are kind of hard to shred with. You know, you don't want to slide your finger everywhere,
No.
but you just want to put enough pressure down on it so we can just keep shredding this mozzarella cheese.
It'd be nice if they like sold pre-shredded cheese. You
Well,
know?
they do, but you know, here we are.
not as good.
We're trying to make everything homemade.
It's better
here.
when you do it, yeah.
And honestly, you know what? I actually prefer to use black cheese, and this is maybe I shouldn't say this on there, but the regular shredded cheese that's already shredded actually has like an additional potato starch on it to keep it from sticking together too much when it's in the package.
Yeah.
Just fun facts, things to know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a cheat
so I
code.
try to avoid using the shredded cheese in the bag, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah. This is definitely gonna be better.
It definitely is. So we're just going to shred it up a little bit. How are those looking? You think they're crispy enough? And it doesn't have to be too crispy. And if you don't have a toaster, you can always put it in the broiler in the oven, but then you've got to really monitor it a little bit more than you do a toaster. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's really up to your discretion.
I mean, it's gonna be warm. It's definitely warm.
Warm is good. We're just going to keep, I'm going to shred a little bit more.
Yeah, try a little bit more. I'm gonna toast a little bit
'Cause
more.
You know what? We're going to make, how many pizzas are we going to make?
Ooh,
I think we should do 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's do 6.
6?
Why not?
All right.
You know, and you can do whatever toppings you want to. When I was a kid, it was just the cheese and the sauce. That's all we
wrong with
needed,
that.
you know?
Nothing
Didn't need
wrong with
anything
that.
fancy. Now that I'm an adult, I like to make sure that I've got extra toppings. That looks good for now, and if we need more cheese, we can do some more cheese.
All right, you
Okay.
ready for the first one?
I'm ready for the first one. So here's the best part, the layering. Now, I love to add a little bit of olive oil to all of my like pizza foundations, to whether it's like a tortilla or a flatbread, or today we're doing the English muffins.
And why do you like to do that?
I don't know, I think it just gives it a little bit of extra like flavor depth.
Okay.
A little extra zhuzh.
Okay.
If we were using the right
Yeah.
word. You know, just to make it a little bit special, do a little bit there. You know, just do a little, spread it around a little bit. So the best part about an English muffin, as I put the olive oil in front of the camera, we just kind of spread it around a little bit. And if you had like a duster, you could use that. But this one, I think it's good because then it kind of just soaks into the dough a little bit more. There we go. We'll put a little more there. And then I put a little garlic powder.
Love it.
Do you like pepperoni?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. You know, some people don't. But I'm a big fan. Of course, I lose the label, but this is oregano. We got some oregano here as well. Just sprinkle a little bit of that on. I put a little bit more on my cheese as well once I'm done. So the sauce, the best part.
Yeah.
Make sure that freshly opened pizza sauce. Not picky.
It's starting to smell like pizza.
It is. We are in the kitchen to make a delicious pizza. Do you want to make one side?
You
I'll
got
do the
this.
other.
You got
Okay.
this.
All right. So we're just.
I gotta
gonna,
watch the toaster.
You do have to watch the toaster. So we're just gonna spread this on, just like that. Pizza sauce, can't go wrong. It's really not hard.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need a specific measurement for this. You know, actually, when I'm cooking like a pasta sauce on the stove as well, like a marinara, I always add a little bit of extra olive oil to it as well.
Okay.
It kind of thins it out, and just the flavor of the olive oil is really rich. It's quite delicious.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep spreading that on there. You wanna do the honors and put the mozzarella on top?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. As much or as little as you want to. That's the best part.
Yeah, make your own.
Make your own. I'll grab some of this pepperoni, which we are already open. Now, if you really wanted it to be like more bite-sized, you can always cut your pepperoni slices or just rip it, you know? I'm gonna put a little more cheese on it, right?
Okay.
We're going cheesy on
All
these,
right.
on these pizzas.
You know, the more cheese you use, the more you have to shred.
Hey, you know what? The good news is we've got time to do it.
All right, let's do it.
So here's what else I like to personally do. We have olive oil on the bottom. I pour a little bit, just a little dollop on top. Well, that's a little more than I wanted
That's
to.
all right.
Because it pours kind of fast out of this jar. Just like that. If you had one of the, like, you know, the soap dispensers or the olive oil pours with the, like, thinner spout, that's what I like to do there. And then we'll add a little bit more oregano on top, just a little bit.
All right.
Now you can do Italian seasoning if you have that at home. There we go. That's pizza 1. Should we do pepperoni on both?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna add some pepperoni on both. I think we're looking at like a 3 pepperoni pizza. What do you think about
We have
that?
10 more to go, so however you want, whatever your heart desires
We
on
have
these first
10
two.
more to go, and of course I get pizza sauce on my fingers, but
That's okay.
it is what it is. I'll lick them after, not
Yes.
while I'm making,
Yes.
because we want to stay sanitary. But we got these 2 pizzas here. We're just gonna put them onto our tray. All right. While I start doctoring up this, do you want to shred a little bit more cheese?
Yeah, let's shred
there we
some more
go.
cheese.
You know, he was right. The more cheese we put on the pizzas, the
Knew
more
it.
we've got to shred it down. Awesome, looking good. So we'll do another little drizzle of olive oil. Let's see if I can do this more carefully with this one. Just, whoops, a little bit more than I wanted on that one, but that's okay.
We have to feed our guys behind the camera.
We do, we do. You know, pizza for breakfast. I'm not opposed. What do you think?
I don't know what I'm doing over here now. I made a mess.
You are making such a mess, but that's okay, Ross. You know, we were just learning new skills every day on the show. You're nailing it. Looks good to me. Awesome. I think that'll be enough cheese. And we'll just put a little sauce on this one. A little more sauce on this side.
Goodness. Kim, have you been watching the basketball playoffs?
You know what?
From your past life?
My past life. What people don't know is I used to be a cheerleader and a dancer for the Washington Wizards in my younger years on the East Coast.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I grew up going to Wizards games.
It's, you know, there's a chance you might have seen me, probably not, but we're not that far apart.
But yeah, the Nuggets are coming in hot.
Nuggets are coming in hot.
Taking care of the Lakers. Came back last night.
We'll see what happens. I think that looks good to me. What do you think? Cheese it up?
Cheese it up.
I think we should do these two. We should leave these cheesy, unless we want pepperoni on all of it. What do you think?
We got 8 more to go, so whatever you're feeling.
We're not making the whole package. That's the best part. You know, one of the things that I loved as a kid as well, outside of pizza, Mom would make us English muffins, and we would do it with butter, a little bit of honey, and some cinnamon on top, and that would be like a delicious, fun, and easy breakfast. Clearly, we're a big fan of English muffins in my household.
They're good.
They are good. We'll add a little more oregano.
Bread is the crux of everything.
It really is.
So if you have a good bread base, then you're set up for success.
That's exactly right. So we're putting a couple more pepperonis on this one. There we go. And then we're just going to pop these in the oven, and we're going to broil them for about, I'd say, just till the cheese is melted. That's why we did the pre-toaster with our English muffins, so that it's nice and crispy. And these are crispy, even though they're not golden brown. They're definitely crispy. I can feel it. And we're going to go ahead and pop these in the oven, I'd say for what, about 5 minutes or so, but really you just want to monitor the cheese to melt. If you want it a little bit more, you know, crispy and bubbly on the top, then leave it in there longer. But if you just want the cheese to melt, then pop them right out.
We're going to broil in there?
We're going to broil it. That's it. It's that simple. So I'll pop these in the oven here. And I can't wait to eat pizza for breakfast because it's an English muffin and it's pizza.
Love
you know
it.
what? Perfect breakfast in my opinion. But we've got more on the show in the second hour after this.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hello, I'm Shervin Razai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant. and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. A great way to help keep your community safe is stay up to date on your vaccines. I'm joined by two fabulous doctors who are going to give us some more information on why this is important. Can I ask you guys to introduce yourselves and your roles, please?
Absolutely. Good morning. I'm Dr. Candace Robinson, and I am the Director of Scientific Affairs and Public Health for U.S. Vaccines at GSK.
Good morning. I am Dr. Liz Moyer. I am the Director of Patient Care Services at Albertsons Safeway.
Which you guys do, Albertsons and Safeway does a lot of vaccines because people can just walk right into the pharmacy and get them. And so why is it important for people to keep up to date on their vaccines?
Yes, vaccines are one of the most powerful tools we have for protecting ourselves against vaccine-preventable diseases. In the U.S. alone, 16 diseases are now preventable due to routine vaccination, starting in childhood and through adulthood. So this includes flu, RSV, measles, and chickenpox, among others. Vaccines greatly reduce the severity and toll of vaccine-preventable diseases across our lifespans. For example, each year, the flu vaccine prevents more than 3.7 million influenza-associated medical visits, that's visits to the doctor, to the ER, and more than 100,000 hospitalizations. And some of the most dangerous diseases have been virtually or completely eliminated thanks to vaccines like polio and smallpox.
Which is so important. And so for doing the standard routine care, maybe everyone knows to go get their flu shot when it's that time of year. What other vaccines can I get as an adult?
Yeah, so while certain vaccines, such as flu, are administered during the fall and winter months, other vaccines, such as pneumococcal, RSV, shingles, HPV, and hepatitis vaccines can be given at other points during the year. So it's really important that you talk to your healthcare provider, your doctor, your pharmacist, about what vaccines you need to ensure protection against vaccine-preventable diseases all year round.
And how do I know that a vaccine is safe and effective?
Yes, like all medicines, vaccines undergo an intensive review process by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, and its outside advisors. And they really evaluate the safety and the efficacy, or how well that vaccine protects. Further, the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices develops recommendations for U.S. immunizations, like the ages at which vaccines should be given, the number of doses, and the time between doses. And finally, after they are approved for use, biopharmaceutical companies, the CDC, and FDA continue to closely monitor the safety and efficacy of vaccines.
Now, what questions should I or anyone ask their local pharmacist before they get a vaccine?
So it's just important to know that your pharmacist is a community health partner. Most Americans live within 5 miles of a pharmacy, so they're very accessible and a great resource. So you can call them at any time or walk on in and ask questions, ask what age, based on your age, what vaccines you should get, or if you have certain disease states, there may be vaccines that you should get. You can ask about side effects and any other concerns that you might have, such as can I get more than one vaccine at a time? So the sky's really the limit, and your pharmacist is there to support you and provide you with more information.
And where can I go to learn more information about the vaccines?
Absolutely. GSK has a resource called EasyVax, and that's one word spelled EASYVAX. And it's a mobile vaccine scheduler that will allow you to quickly locate and schedule routine retail vaccine appointments from anywhere, including at the provider's office at the point of recommendation. So please visit EasyVax at easyvax.com. Dr. Moyer?
You can also visit safeway.com/pharmacy or albertsons.com/pharmacy, depending on where you're located, and get more information about the vaccines that are available, schedule an appointment, or you can obviously always walk into any of our pharmacies at any time. So you can learn more there as well.
And how do I know if I'm in need of a new adult vaccine? How do I know if I'm up to date on all my vaccines?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. A recent GSK survey found that many adults 50 to 79 are unfamiliar with the vaccines recommended for them, and providers indicate most adults are unlikely to receive many of the vaccines they recommend. And so it's really important to talk to your healthcare provider, your doctor, your pharmacist, as they may also recommend other vaccines based on your age, health conditions, and lifestyles. And when you receive a recommendation, going to easyvax.com to locate appointments in your area.
Now, this is all such great information, and it's really important that people do this not only to protect themselves, but to also help protect the community. Why is that?
Yes, vaccines are essential in helping prevent the transmission of viruses and in order to protect our family members, friends, and neighbors from severe illness, particularly those who are most vulnerable. So again, vaccines remain one of those most important tools to provide protection against vaccine preventable diseases.
I want to thank you both so much for being here, taking the time to give us all this great information, and thank you for maybe helping people become more aware of the vaccines that are possible for them to keep themselves and the community safe with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure that you check out these fabulous resources. That way, if you are someone who maybe has not had a vaccine in a while, you can see what you're missing. Talk to your healthcare provider and see if there's one that will help you be a little more protected out there. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
8-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
Bubble tea is something that is sweeping the nation right now, as so many people are enjoying this very well-crafted beverage. Well, Kim had the opportunity to sit down and talk with a celebrity chef, and this is the perfect way to celebrate National Bubble Tea Day. Let's take a look.
Now, our next guest is quite accomplished for being a Gen Zer. She is celebrity chef and personality, contributor to Delish magazine, winner of Guys Grocery Games at the age of 15. I've got Flavors by Ali, Alessandra Chufo here today. How are you, Alessandra?
I'm great, Kimberly. Thanks for having me on the show. How you doing?
I'm great. Love having you here on the show because I've watched all of your recipes. I do some cooking here on the show myself, but your recipes are so incredible. So excited to chat with you because we're talking about bubble tea. I love bubble tea. It's a big fan, but it's a National Bubble Tea Day on April 30th. So, tell me all about the latest and greatest food and beverage trends that are happening specifically with the Gen Zers.
Absolutely, and thanks for watching my videos as well. So as a Gen Zer myself, I can tell you that we're interested in things that enhance our everyday experiences and really bring us together socially. So I think in the world of food, that means food and beverages that offer us an experience. We also really love things that offer us convenience, but not at the cost of quality. So while we want things that we can grab and go or make quickly at home, it still has to taste and look good too.
I love it. So bubble tea, we are talking all things bubble tea. I'm a big fan. I've been getting it for years, but it's recently kind of become more trendy. So tell me all about it.
Absolutely. So it's a delicious and super popular Taiwanese recipe that's made with tea and the ever recognizable tapioca boba. It has so much variety and flavor that honestly, it's no surprise that it's so popular among everyone, but especially the 20-somethings across the country.
Awesome. So how can we celebrate National Bubble Tea Day at home if we're not going out to get it?
Absolutely. So if you don't have a boba shop or don't have the time to get there, there are now amazing brands such as Joyba that have ready-to-drink bubble tea. It has the traditional lid and straw, no boba shop required. They have 6 great flavors, all made with brew tea infused with vibrant fruit flavors. And of course, the popping boba, which makes it more than just a thirst-quenching drink, but literally adds a little pop of joy into your day, which I love and really speaks to that testament of wanting an experience when we eat and drink things beyond just, satisfying our thirst or hunger.
I'm a big fan of unique textures and flavors as well. So Joyba's got some great ones there in front of you. So where can we go to get these products?
Absolutely. So you can find these at, retailers nationwide such as Target, Costco, Walmart, and more. And because of National Boba Tea Day, they're actually rolling out some pretty great deals as well. So I think there's $2 off of the 4-pack at Target, and Walmart's rolling back the prices. So definitely be sure to check it out and, pick up a pack or two and celebrate.
Awesome. Well, where can we go for more information if we want to follow along with you? Any more of the fun recipes that you're creating? I'm definitely going to try some of them, by the way. And where can we get more information on Bubba Tea?
Absolutely. So for more information on me, you can find that at Flavors by Ale across socials. But to learn more about Joyba and bubble tea, head to joyba.com. And on the website, you'll also be able to learn about their recent partnership with Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation. So mental health is one of the key issues that's facing Gen Z and the younger generations. And last year, they launched the Real Tea, Real Talk campaign that works at giving young adults the tools that they need to help navigate their own mental health and help others as well. So on the website, I earned the Be There certificate, which is a free online mental health course. So head to joyba.com to learn more about all of that.
Awesome. Real tea, real talk. That's so important. And I love Gen Z is all about the hanging out and the hanging out with a mission. So I love that, that there's that initiative there as well. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we appreciate you and for sharing some information about National Bubble Tea and beyond.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. Have a great rest of your day.
You do the same. Now stay tuned. We've got a bit more with the close of our show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
One of my favorite things to do here is highlight all of the great local opportunities. So for those of you who didn't know, we have a local dinosaur museum. It's called the Museum at Dinosaur Junction, and I had an opportunity to walk through it with our local paleontologist, Billy Dorn, and I think there's some information that's going to surprise you. Let's take a look. We are standing here with local legend and local paleontologist Billy Dorn. with the Dinosaur Museum.
Museum at Dinosaur Junction.
See, I knew it was something great, though.
You're practically there, Maddie. You're practically there.
I was so close. But you gave me a small little tour before the interview started. Now, this is one of these hidden gems in our community. This is a nonprofit that really was brought by Eagle County and you collaborating together.
Yes, it was. It was kind of one of those situations where Mother Nature said, oh, you want to find some cool fossils? Well, there you go. Now you got to do something with it all. So that's where the museum came from. We call it the Museum at Dinosaur Junction because most of the stuff that we found in this area is from an area down the road. I can't say exactly where it is, but we've coined it, we've nicknamed it Dinosaur Junction over the years because there's so much stuff there. And it's not just a couple dinosaurs, it's stuff that spans about 170 million years of the dinosaur time, and we found upwards of 10 to 12 different stuff in that area. So that's why we call it the Museum at Dinosaur Junction. But as you mentioned, we are a nonprofit. It's very much focused on Eagle County. In fact, as we walk around, I can tell you right now about 80% of what's in here, so almost everything I have found in this immediate area in Eagle County. So it's a real kind of cool peek back into the ancient prehistoric time of Eagle County.
I was just going to say, not only are we taking a look back in history that everyone knows and loves because dinosaurs are kind of the coolest thing ever.
They're pretty wild.
It's spectacular to be in here.
It's funny because a lot of parents will ask me, because every kid and every parent out there knows every kid is obsessed with dinosaurs at some point.
Yes.
They're like, why is that? And I think, and this goes with adults as well, dinosaurs are that bridge between fantasy and reality.
Yes.
I mean, if you were to try to describe someone a Tyrannosaurus Rex, an animal that was 40 feet long and weighed upwards of 25 to 30,000 pounds, that could eat an elephant, that's something out of a horror movie. Yeah. But that animal lived here. It lived here in Colorado, you know? So I think it's that fascination for things that seem so fantasy and seem so unreal, but yet, as you said, they were here. They were stomping around.
Which then you get a rich part of our history as a community since you did find them here. So as we're kind of hyping this up and people are getting excited about the dinosaurs and what you found here in Eagle County, why don't we take a nice little tour?
Let's take a look. We'll come down this way. The museum's set up pretty easily. It's very elementary. There's basically 3 periods of the dinosaurs that they existed. The beginning is the Triassic time, when dinosaurs first show up on Earth and in Colorado, and that's about 230 million years ago. At the same time, crocodiles first show up. Wow. So crocodiles and dinosaurs live side by side. They're not the same animal, but they were here in Colorado. In fact, I've found fossils from massive crocodiles here in Eagle County. Wow. So yeah, we had some huge crocs walking around. But the Triassic time, this kind of shows you a little bit. One thing that did not exist for most of the time of the dinosaurs, Maddie, is where we live and celebrate, and that's the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
They were not here. There would have been some little hills, some small little uplifts here and there, but basically Colorado for the majority of the Triassic time would have been very much like the Sahara Desert. Rolling sand dunes as far as we can see, fairly arid and dry. There was some water moving around. Animals are relatively small. This is also a time when Earth is looking pretty unique because we don't have all the different continents. Right. We don't have North America, South America, Australia, Africa, Europe, etc. It's one supercontinent called Pangea. And of course, things that are big, in order for them to turn into pieces, they have to break apart. Right. Only the Earth breaking apart is not something you want to be involved in. So, needless to say, about 200 million years ago, when the Triassic period, chapter 1, kind of comes to a close, that's because Pangea starts to rip apart. And almost, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 80% of every living thing on Earth dies. Wow. Not just the new dinosaurs and crocodiles, but animals in the oceans, plants, insects, insects which make up a massive population of the Earth. That many things pass away. They just get annihilated when that happens. But that also allows us a time for renewal and change. And we go from the Triassic to the Jurassic. Now, of course, everyone knows that name from the movies, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. This is probably one of my favorite time periods, Maddie, because this is when dinosaurs get gigantic. It's the Jurassic time, which was about 200 million years ago to about 145 million years ago, and this is when they get truly massive. They become the largest things to ever walk the planet. They literally take over everywhere. They're living all over the different continents, that as the continents are slowly, the very, very brand new continents, as they're making their way across the Earth, these guys are proliferating and they're living in every possible spot.
And they're evolving.
They're evolving
constant
quick.
Evolution, yes.
This is also a time where that evolution really kicks in high gear and they start to take over everywhere. And we get all the, not so much these, including these massive giant long necks, but we get the things that have huge mouths full of massive teeth, giant claws, spikes, plates. You know, I mean, one of the most famous dinosaurs, which we'll see as we walk around, Stegosaurus.
Yes.
The big plates on his back, the spikes on his tail, which was about a 30-foot animal. It weighed the neighborhood of 15,000 pounds, maybe, give or take. Colorado State Fossil, we have found footprints from those in this area. So those were very bizarre animals, and they lived here in Eagle County.
Which is so incredible and such a unique piece of our history,
Yeah.
and something that I think you blow a lot of people's mind with as you talk about it, because I didn't honestly know this until I got to spend some time with you here before. And I think it's fascinating to hear as the evolution of the dinosaurs and Pangea breaking apart and separating and just what transpired. And this is a great way to learn. Now, we have to bring them up only because I've been obsessed since we got here with my girl Tilly, and we've got Erwin behind us. Now, why are these such a crucial part of the museum? And what's so unique about showing them?
Well, just like these guys, Tilly is a sulcata tortoise, also called an African spurfoot tortoise. She's about 2 years old, and Maddie, she's going to reach about 80 years old one day. She's going to be about 200 pounds, and it's funny because everyone's like, well, Billy, what are you going to do with her when she's that big? And I don't have to worry about that because I'm not going to be around most likely. Hopefully she'll still be living here at the museum, and the museum will be a much bigger, more established spot. But Tilly, along with Erwin, our blue iguana up here, of course, they're both reptiles, as were dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were a very unique type of reptile. But these guys are really terrific at giving, especially kids, but even adults, the chance to look at something like Erwin, who has these big spikes all over his neck and back and big scales and jowls on his face. When you look at him and look at some of these dinosaur skulls, his skull does not look a whole lot different than some of these guys' skulls.
Right.
So now a kid or even adult can look at these and go, well, maybe they had big flaps of skin. Maybe they had big scales. Maybe they had these big spikes all over their necks and back, because those things don't last. All those things I just named, those are like keratin, they're fingernails, so it disappears,
Which is so cool and such a great way to involve kind of modern living creatures with these prehistoric.
Exactly.
And then
plus they're just so cute. I mean, look at Tilly.
I know, I'm smitten. Tilly has me so smitten in here.
Tilly just steals all the girls' hearts. She is very, very cute. So things continue to change. We'll get through this. So Jurassic time, we still have one more chapter. Chapter 3 is the Cretaceous. So the Jurassic ends. It's not as violent as Pangea. The climate's changing, but needless to say, at the end of the Jurassic, a lot of these massive animals that we all know, Stegosaurus, Allosaurus, the big long necks, they all go extinct. They disappear from ancient Colorado, but now we have new locals. This is a time of Tyrannosaurus rex, who is a Colorado dinosaur.
Wow.
We have Triceratops with the massive horns, also Colorado. We have raptors, but one of the most unique things that happened at this time, Maddie, if we could move right down here, the climate is getting very hot during this time.
Right.
And of course, as the Earth heats up, we're seeing this nowadays, we're getting a massive melt of ice, of permafrost, of snow all over the world. Well, when this happened, every bit of ice and snow in the whole world melted, all of it. And for those of you who might not realize this, if you were to go to sleep tonight and all the ice and snow in the entire world melted, when you woke up tomorrow, the oceans of the world would be as high as the Statue of Liberty's left elbow.
So
the elbow she's holding the Book of Freedom in.
A lot of people would be swimming.
A lot of people. We'd have a lot more ocean front probably here in Colorado. But if we look at this picture, these are all animals that lived here. Massive creatures, these huge mosasaurs. These are not dinosaurs, they're ocean reptiles that reach lengths of 60 to 65 feet. This museum's only about 50 feet wide, so they wouldn't even fit in here. Massive sharks used to be swimming here in Eagle County. All kinds of strange creatures. But whatever shows up, eventually things will disappear. And about 70 million years ago, something major happens.
Right.
The Rocky Mountains finally show up. And with that uplift of going from the bottom of the ocean floor to tens of thousands of feet, that combined with a cooling Earth again, and all that water being pulled out and stored as ice and snow all over, those levels drastically changed. And that combined with Rockies that lived during the Cretaceous time, those Rocky Mountains lifted to sometimes 30,000 foot peaks in Colorado.
Wow.
That's higher than Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Imagine Colorado being covered in mountains that are 30,000 feet high. But they did. They took the bottom of the ocean, pushed it to the top. That's why right down the street from where we're here in Edwards, right from where we're standing, right down the street, there's layers of ocean floor right down there. So we're finding shark's teeth. We're finding bones from massive mosasaurs. We're finding these beautiful curled shells from ammonites, the squid-like creatures that used to be swimming right here. So it's incredible because it really gives us that perspective, and in my opinion, gives us that perspective on our own lives. And we realize how fleeting everything is.
I mean, one of my favorite sayings that a history teacher told me is you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And this is a great stepping stone.
It's a great stepping stone.
Into learning where we as a county and where we have been before.
And where we might be going. Who knows, in another 50 million years, these Rocky Mountains could be gone. We might be the bottom of an ocean again right here.
Or the dinosaurs could come back.
Or maybe even weirder things will come back. That's
true.
what's so incredible about science, is I always tell kids, the greatest thing about science, we don't know what someone's going to find tomorrow. And that's thrilling.
That is thrilling. Now, Billy, there are some great ways for people to get involved and to come enjoy the museum here. So let's really briefly talk about that, because we've talked a lot about the dinosaurs, but what if people want to come see the dinosaurs?
As you can tell, I'll just keep going. So our website is dinosaurjunction.org. We are a nonprofit, so dinosaurjunction.org. You can get all the information on that, our hours, when we're open. We do have family memberships. We do have single memberships. We're always taking donations. We have an incredible volunteer staff. We are all volunteer, and they are just outfitted with all kinds of knowledge. So one of the greatest things about this spot, as opposed to maybe some other museums around, is when you come here, you're going to get a personalized service. You're going to be able to talk to someone. If you're walking about and you see something that spurs a question, you can ask one of us, and we're happy to share that knowledge with people. So I think that kind of private, personal service has made us pretty unique. We've been open it'll be 2 years in June. And we're continuing to grow. Our numbers are crazy. We've had thousands of students from classes in Summit County, obviously mainly Eagle County, Garfield County. We've had students from Pitkin County. So we are moving in the right direction. But it's a fantastic museum. It is growing, and we are finding more and more things every spring. The more we find, the more we can put on exhibit here.
Which is so incredible, Billy. Thank you so much for taking the time to
Thanks
chat
for
with
being
us,
here.
walking us around, giving us all this great information, and really loving what you do, because hearing the passion in your voice sparks a curiosity within my inner child to come back and have another tour to finish the other half of the museum.
Well, good. Then my work is done.
Billy, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Make sure that you come check out the museum, because you're going to fall in love. And if you are lucky enough to have local legend paleontologist Billy walking you through, you're going to fall in love even more with the dinosaurs. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Good morning, Vail.
There's a new upscale sushi restaurant in Vail. It's named Makoto after its chef, Makoto Akua, who is a James Beard Award winner and has been featured on Iron Chef America. The new restaurant opened up with a bang this winter at the Grand Hyatt Vail after months of preparation. And although Chef Makoto has multiple restaurants, including ones in Miami and Washington, D.C., he says this latest addition is a dream come true.
I just can't imagine like where I started it from, what I have right now, and now I have a restaurant in Vail. It's like a Thanksgiving and Christmas and then American Dreamer came at once. That's how I feel like.
The Grand Hyatt's general manager, Kevin Shields, says they're thrilled to add a celebrity signature restaurant to their dining options.
We not only have the opportunity to open an amazing restaurant, but to also elevate the food scene here in Vail, Colorado.
Chef Makoto is a master of the more modern Adome-style sushi, which he has perfected for over 25 years. He says he's excited to welcome in the people of Vail.
Give me an opportunity to taste my food and see what happens.
You might just be blown away. Kampai to that. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Tuesday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning and bring you such a variety of information, whether you want to try the hot beverage item, bubble tea, now that you've seen the celebrity chef talk about it, whether you want to go explore the dinosaur museum, or you want to make some English pizza muffins at home, or maybe look into how you can help protect the community and see what vaccines you're lacking. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious